Assalamu alaikum. This is Shahrukh Mujumdar welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Dhaka Special Judge Court acquits BNP chairperson and former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia and 7 others in Niko Corruption Case. Awami League must be eradicated from Bangladesh politically and ideologically following legal and social processes, says Youth and Sports Advisor. July Mass Uprising Secretariat being constituted to establish spirit of July Mass Uprising alongside rehabilitation of families of July-August martyrs and injured ones. Trump expects to meet with Putin before end of this month as Russia agrees to end Ukraine war. And Pakistan chasing target of 321 runs set by New Zealand in opening match of ICC Champions Trophy. Those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. A Dhaka Special Judge Court acquitted BNP chairperson and former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia and 7 others in the Niko Corruption Case as the state failed to prove all the charges against them. Judge of Dhaka Special Judge Court 4, Rabiul Alam pronounced the verdict. Other than Khaleda Zia, the others' acquittals are the then Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister Kamal Uddin Siddiqui, former Acting Secretary of the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources Khondakar Shahidul Islam, former Senior Assistant Secretary CM Yusuf Hussain, former General Manager of BAPIX Mir Mainul Haq, businessman Ghiyasuddin Al-Mamun, Chairman of International Travel Corporation Salim Bhuiya and Vice President of South Asia Affairs of Niko Kashim Sharif. On December 9, 2007, the then Assistant Director of the Anti-Corruption Commission, Muhammad Mahbubul Alam, filed a case against Khaleda Zia and 5 others with Tejgaon Police Station. However, BNP Standing Committee member Barrister Maudud Ahmed, former State Minister for Energy AKM Musharraf Hussain, and former Secretary of BAPIX Muhammad Shafiur Rahman were discharged from the case due to their death. During the trial of this case, 39 out of 68 witnesses testified. Youth and Sports Advisor Asif Mahmood Shujib Bhuiya said the Awami League must be eradicated from Bangladesh politically and ideologically, and this must be done through a ban following legal and social processes. He said this at the Youth Festival program at Adamji Cantonment College in the capital today. Asif Mahmood said the Awami League does not have the opportunity to participate in the elections for the time being. He also called on the youth to work for building a new Bangladesh by utilizing the power of youth. Youth and Sports Secretary Muhammad Rizaul Maqsood Jahidi and Adamji Cantonment College Principal Brigadier General ABM Noraj Hassan, among others, were present. The July Mass Uprising Secretariat will be launched formally this week. Officials of the Liberation War Affairs Ministry said this. In the meantime, all preparations, including finalization of policies, have been completed. The July Mass Uprising Secretariat is being constituted under the Liberation War Affairs Ministry to establish the spirit of the July Mass Uprising at the state and national levels alongside rehabilitation of the families of the July-August martyrs and the injured, as well as ensuring all kinds of cooperations. According to the fact-finding report of the United Nations, more than 1,400 people were killed during the July movement. Of them, 12 to 13% are children. Several thousand people were injured during the mass uprising last year. The interim government published a gadget of 837 martyrs last month. As much as Taka 637 crore and 80 lakh will be given to the martyr families and the injured in phases through the July Mass Uprising Directorate. Liberation War Affairs Advisor Farooq Azam said the July martyr families and the injured will be assisted in 3 categories. They will get one-time financial assistance, monthly allowances, as well as job opportunities at government, semi-government and private organizations. In addition, the injured will be given health cards so that they can receive treatment at any hospital of the country free of cost. The Khulna University of Engineering and Technology (KUET) administration has decided to close the campus, suspending all kinds of political activity till February 28th. Studentship will be cancelled and students will be expelled forever if any student is found involved with politics. The decision was taken at an emergency meeting of the university syndicate this afternoon. Moreover, no teacher, official or staff of the university will be allowed to be involved with the activity of any political organization. Additional members of the law enforcing agencies have been deployed in the campus to keep the situation under control following the clashes occurred yesterday. No class or examination was held today, though some students were seen leaving residential halls. Khulna Metropolitan Police sources said 5 persons were detained over the incident of the clash. Meanwhile, Jubadul leader Mahbubur Rahman was expelled from the organization on the allegation of involvement in anti-organizational activity. A painting competition was organized by the City Corporation on the occasion of International Mother Language Day in the city today. City Mayor Dr. Shadat Hussain visited the painting competition at the cultural stage of the Omar Ekushe Book Fair at the City Gymnasium. The mayor said that there is no alternative to painting to open the worlds of children's imagination. The development of the children's mental world will be more diverse in such an event. City Corporation Chief Executive Officer Sheikh Tawhidul Islam and Creative Publishers Council President Shahabuddin Hassan Babu were present on the occasion. Earlier, the city mayor distributed clothes among the prisoners at the Chattogram Central Jail. At that time, he said that a humane life for the prisoners must be ensured by ensuring a livable prison. Senior Jail Superintendent Iqbal Hussain presided over the distribution of clothes among the prisoners. Now, international news. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration said it had agreed to hold more talks with Russia on ending the war in Ukraine after an initial meeting that excluded Kyiv, a departure from Washington's previous approach that rallied U.S. allies to isolate Russian President Vladimir Putin. As the 4-hour meeting in the Saudi capital was underway, Russia hardened its demands, notably insisting it would not tolerate the NATO alliance granting membership to Ukraine. Later on Tuesday, Trump said he was more confident after the talks and he would probably meet with Putin before the end of the month. Ukraine has said it will not accept any deal imposed without its consent, and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz reiterated there must be no decision over the heads of Ukraine. Even before the talks took place, some European politicians accused Trump's administration of handing free concessions to Moscow last week by ruling out NATO membership for Ukraine and saying it was an illusion for Kyiv to believe it could win back the 20% of its territory now under Russian control. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky has pushed back his visit to Saudi Arabia after the United States and Russia held their first high-level talks since the Russian invasion of Ukraine there. During a press conference in Turkey yesterday evening, Zelensky slammed the meeting, to which he said he was not invited, and said he had decided to postpone his official visit to the Middle Eastern country until 10th of March. At least 3 Palestinians have been killed and 11 injured in Israeli attacks across Gaza in the past 24 hours, according to the enclave's health ministry. Earlier, Hamas proposed exchanging all Israeli captives and Palestinian prisoners in one go during the second phase of the Gaza ceasefire deal, with the aim of reaching a permanent truce and a full Israeli pullout. The Palestinian group also confirmed it will release the remaining 6 living captives who were set to be freed in the first phase on Saturday, as Israel's Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar says negotiations for the second phase of the deal will happen this week. In Lebanon, rescuers have recovered the bodies of 23 people after Israeli troops withdrew partially from the southern villages and towns as the deadline for a full pullout expired. Gaza's health ministry has confirmed 48,297 Palestinian deaths in Israel's war on Gaza, while 111,733 people have been wounded.